going to explain to you how the ANC stole 38.5 billion rand from Eskom. I did a video a couple of days ago where I explained to you that the ANC owns a company known as Chancellor House, which gets tenders from Eskom, and they're actually at fault for us continually having load shedding. So what happens is the ANC decides that they're going to give themselves a tender to rebuild or to build new power stations. They basically give themselves that tender, and in the process of giving themselves that 38.5 billion rand tender, it turns out that the person who was in charge of fundraising at the ANC became the chairperson of Eskom. 4 months into the job, he then gives the ANC a tender to build power stations. This is around 2007. Now what begins to happen is, obviously, goes to the ANC the tender, and immediately there starts being issues. And that's the reason why we have load shedding today, because those power stations are still not built. And those issues come from welding, there are subcontractors that are dubious, there's lots of issues that have been happening ever since this 38.5 billion rand tender is given. And what then happens is that the Eskom gets so frustrated, it takes the ANC to court, this company that the ANC owns, Chancellor House. And when they get to court, the ANC says, no problem, we know we've screwed up, we know we've delayed, that's what we do. We'll pay 600 million to say we're sorry to Eskom. Eskom gave them a 38.5 billion rand tender to build power stations. The power stations are not built, they only pay 600 million. To say, hey, we're sorry, we took all the money, we messed up, we blamed it on welding, excusing jobs and everything else that we did. Hey, we're sorry, here's 600 million, but thanks for 38.5 billion. Now the SEC in America, because of one of the companies that they work together with and it's listed in America, they then want to investigate this matter. So they say, ANC, hold on. We want to investigate how this 38.5 billion rand tender was given. You know what they do? They pay off the SEC. They give the SEC 200 million rand to say, please don't investigate this. Leave this alone. We don't want our files open. The Public Protector in South Africa then investigates at that time and finds out that the ANC was actually at fault for getting this tender. It was not awarded properly. Do you know what happens? Nothing. It's just a public report that was given and nothing happens. This is the grand scale that shows you why we have load shedding today. It's because of the ANC that gave itself the tender to rebuild power stations in 2007 that still today are not done. Lots of money being paid out, lots of corruption happening, and yet we still don't have electricity today. We actually are suffering because the ANC gave themselves a 38.5 billion. If you don't believe me, Google. See that everything I'm telling you is true. If you thought cash in transit heists and money heists were heists, there's a bigger heist going on.